Welcome back to the party, everyone. We're having a not very exciting day. I just cleaned all these bowls, pre-cleaned nicely, so that I don't have to go back and forth to leave and clean. I can just stay here and clean them all. Yep. Very exciting. Oh yes, I did that. I did. I just cleaned them all. I'm gonna leave the snakes for now. Where's my music? Thank you, George. Thank you. Means a lot. I don't know. Had a pile of people being nasty to me, but that's okay. If you do things that are a little bit different, there's always going to be some people that don't like it. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get some of them coming to say nasty things. How are you doing? Clean, clean, clean. And my music is bloody dead. Where's my music? I have no music. The truth is that 95% of the time, I'm cleaning my animals and doing my best to give them the best care possible. Hello. Is it lagging or something, or is the connection bad? Where's that here? I'll put that over here. And then put it right over here. I lose my vinegar every day. I got lots of snakes. Mostly boas, though. Right now I'm cleaning their homes. Hello, Major Quippy. Nice to see you. The house snake are good. Oh, music. Just a sec. I need music. Well, if you're trying to make them small, it's better off to breed it to a pure. If you breed a Motley Platinum 50% Superdwarf, you'd want to breed it to something maybe with a higher percentage. Okay. Here's a nice little snake. Clean.
Oh, but I need a piece of paper towel.
Do you want a fresh one?
I just need one.
Oh, okay. There you go. These pairs. Yeah, to a Motley Platinum, 25%. So that'll make, what will that even make? Yeah, that'll make 50%. Yeah, that's fine. Like, the biggest thing is, like, not even if it's good, it's do you have a market for them? Are you going to be able to sell them? Because well, what are you mostly working with? Like, what is, like, do you have a pile of animals? Or what is it that, like, what are your goals? Because, like, the one thing with me and, like, Superdwarfs, I think Superdwarfs are amazing, they're beautiful and everything, but they honestly I don't think they make the greatest pets for first-time keepers. And for me, my biggest thing is trying to kind of hook up people with really nice, tame animals that they can have a really kind of good experience with. So I'm basically going to try breeding Superdwarfs for a little bit, see how I can get the babies to kind of behave, because there's a difference when you raise animals from the time they're born. Well, are you in the States or are you in Canada? That's another thing, like, where are you? Because I know they are very popular in the States, and the thing is, just because you produce them doesn't mean people are going to buy them off of you. I've always been kind of good at selling anything that I produce because it's like I like it. I'll show people, I'll teach people about them, and then most of the time people will be coming and, like, bothering me for my animals before I can even sell them. And I always try to produce a lot. Like, now I'm trying to produce less than I can even sell because I don't care to have to take care of so many of them. 75% calorie to female. I was looking, I saw this male ready for cheap and was thinking about getting them together. Already have the 75%. Instead of getting a 25%, I would try and wait and get another higher percentage one, because the big reason that people are getting Superdwarfs is to have smaller ones. So if you're going to produce them, you want to kind of make them kind of as small as you can. Or, you know, if there's something you really like, if you really like an animal, then work with that. That's what I think. I everything I produce, I don't really care so much about the sales. I care about, like, I really like them. So anything that I don't really like, I don't really care if it's popular or not. I'm not really breeding like that. Because if you really like the animals you're working with, you're going to do a better job selling them. Because you're more passionate about them. Yeah, so in the US, you probably have a better market. I think in the US, you probably have a better market for all that. But it's something that, like, you have to figure out, right? Like for me, when I breed my animals and stuff, I sell them all across Canada and I ship them all across Canada. So that means I have the whole country to kind of work with, and that works fine. If I was to think of it like my own area, most of the snakes that I'm selling are not even really in my own area. Oh, thanks. You should see, like, what went down on Facebook today. A whole pile of people don't think so. Because I fed a snake with my mouth. And that's going to be the reason that we lose all our privileges as reptile keepers, apparently. Which I find hilarious. Oh, music. I've built a good reputation for myself, and I've also built a bad one. And I think that the reputation that I have with other keepers is not the greatest, and it's just because they don't really understand me, or they think that I do things just for attention. But I do things just because I want to. I don't really care so much about the attention. Like, it's nice. It's kind of like an extra thing. Yeah, exactly. But Garrett's also working with all sorts of localities. Like, even him, like, he's still, like, when you look at Karampas, they're going to be small. And that's because they're very small to begin with. There are also pure superdwarfs that get 12 feet long, no problem. There's still pure superdwarfs, I'm sure, that get like 15 feet long. So if they're going to get that large as a pure, then within different localities and stuff, then even individuals, different sizes can happen. Yeah, so the percentages matter, but more of you're trying to find a small female and a small male with high percentages. I have a 75% from Chuck Royale that to me is pretty big. I have two 50% ones from Bob Clark, and they are not that big. So my 50% seem to be staying smaller than my 75%. So it's just like, in the end, what you're doing is you're looking at them, and like it's weird because it's like when you pick out the babies, lots of the time you want to pick out like the big strong ones. You don't want to pick out the smallest of them all, because it's just like you want a strong animal. So the best thing is to look at the parents. If you look at the size of the parents, you see 50% adults that are small, and then you can see, 75% adults that are large. When shopping for them, most of the time it's not even really the babies you want to look at. You want to look at the parents, because the parents are going to show you what that size is. Like what Garrett always talks about is, if you take a 50% Superdwarf that is from like a mainland breeding, where they bred a mainland to a pure Superdwarf, if they bred a large mainland female to a tiny male Superdwarf, lots of the time they'll be more influenced by the female. So if you take a large mainland and you breed it to a small female 100% Superdwarf, the two different types that you're going to be getting from that breeding, from the other breeding you get 50%, but they'll probably end up being really big because the mother was big. With the other one, even though the father was big, the mother was small, so the 50% Superdwarfs from that litter will probably stay smaller. But also, there's individuals, right? So some might just stay smaller and some might get larger. So yeah, and you have to also think about the ages too, because a young Superdwarf and a young reticulated python, they're both small, right? So they have to be of like adult age. But yeah, so okay, so let's say that's their adult size. You have a mom that is 12 feet and a dad that is 7 feet. So let's just say that the babies will be somewhere in between there. Let's say most of them will be about 10 to 12 feet. That's still not really a small snake. So the problem ends up being is that even if you do sell them, are the people that buy them know that they're going to get that big, and are they going to be able to take care of a 10-foot snake? So the biggest thing is just educating the people you're selling them to, letting them know, letting them see the mom and be like, yeah, it's probably going to get this big. Because they're beautiful and soft and silky and amazing when they're babies. And you have to make sure that they have nice personalities and everything, because when they're bigger, dealing with a nasty 10-foot snake is not something that everyone can do, and it makes it a negative experience, and then that ends up coming down on you. And that's basically where I shine in this industry, that everyone that's bought a snake off me is very happy with it. Because it's just like from the time that they're babies, I'm playing with them, I'm handling them. So they don't have fear. They're not afraid or anything. You see lots of keepers that just kind of don't have any interactions with their animals, stick them in bins that aren't even like clear, where they can't even see like the light. I don't have the biggest enclosures either, so it's just the light is shining into the room, so all of my enclosures are somewhat clear, so all the animals still get light and they get that interaction and everything. So if you're ready to take care of, let's say, 20 babies, and you're going to handle them all and spend time with them and make sure that they're not bitey and whatever, and you can raise good animals, then yeah, go for it. But if you're not ready to take care of all those snakes, then it might be better just to kind of keep one as a pet. Yes, I know who you are, Mayor Quippy. Mayor, go look at my Facebook page. Just check out what's happening on there. Where's my music? Okay, we got music. That's a normal, but that's a pretty crazy looking normal, huh? Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Basically, I'm just cleaning today, and while I'm cleaning, I might show you a few animals. This one I think's really cool too. There's a snow. You see, when they get older, they're not as white. Yeah, I love the face on this one. You can't really see, but it's like orange. It's like orange and white and pink. Okay, so in that case, what I would say, don't buy a male. Raise your female for 4 years. Get your female to adult age. Once your female is adult and then it's ready to breed, in 4 years from now, you'll be able to buy a male with better genes for more money. But it's just like, if you buy a male now, you got to grow both of those animals and take care of both of them for 4 years, and your male will be larger than it needs to be. So let's say you raise your female for 3 years, raise your female for 2 or 3 years, And then after that, buy yourself a better male. Save your money. Buy one off Garrett if you want. Like, get a really good snake, and like drop a few $1,000 on something really special. Don't just get something because you can or because it's a good deal. Get like the most beautiful male you can afford. So save up for a few years. Let's say you put away $100 a month, and that's your male Superdwarf fund. You want to make sure, like, if you get a male, the male is going to be where you want to spend your money, especially, let's say, if you're going to have multiple females. But even if it's small, just get yourself, like, the awesomest male you can get. And I would say your female is Kalatoa. Was it carrying some other genes? I forget. You said it was 75% Kalatoa. Tell me if she's carrying any other genes. Yes, we like to have fun, you know, party time, everyone have good time. It may be a small community, but it's a good one. Black pastel. No, I'm talking about your Superdwarf. This is probably one of my favorite boas. It's totally orange. Okay. Nope, no poop. Always nice when they don't have a poop in there. At the same time, you clean it. Black pastel, like, I don't even know what that is. To me, black pastel is like a ball python morph. I've never heard of a Superdwarf with black pastel. Yeah, I think she was probably just pulling it out of her butt. This... what the heck's his name? I forgot his name. I'm a terrible dad. No, his name is Boaz. Honestly, I love boas. Boas to me are just the best. I was so excited by Superdwarfs when I first held them and everything, but they pee all the time. They're a lot more finicky. Thanks, man. Did you see those comments, though? We'll be at 1,000 views by the end of the day, hopefully. And the best part is, like, it used to have the clip. It used to have the clip, but I took the clip away. That way, if they want to see it, they have to watch the video. Oh, man. There's Zudnik. He's named after my favorite dog. But it's just like, yeah, I've been accused of abusing my animals, but it's just like, if you look at my animals and you see how clean they are and how well behaved they are and how not bitey at all. And honestly, like, I feel the same way. The thing that really stinks about it is, like, people are saying nasty things, that it's like I've bought snakes off of them. I've supported their businesses. Mind you, when it comes to some of the people that are saying things, like, it's just like, you look at, oh, what's it called? Oh, just look at, like, Reptile Express. Reptile Express helps a lot of the big people. But, yeah. It didn't fail, though. It's succeeding. It's like, it's doing better than all my other videos did when they started. So that's the thing. It's not really a fail. It's a wild success. It's just a negative one. Okay, so when you look at Reptile Express, I feel like they give great business to the people that have tons of volume. But when you're a little guy like me, you call them to try and ship an animal and they don't answer you, they don't get back to you. I was trying to import my IMG from Ashley, Northern Lights Imports or whatever, and it was just like there for a bit but doesn't respond. No customer service whatsoever. And it's just like, to me, my customer service is excellent. If somebody wants to buy something off me, I'm ready to help them. And warn them and teach them. Just good business. Yes, Mama. So, what's up? What's new? How are your snakes doing? How's your buddy snake doing? Is he still in love? How's your wife doing? Is she starting to get used to them? Oh, man. Sometimes snakes just, like, pee and poop all over themselves. It's just like, why? Okay, I'll be back. I gotta wash this snake. It's just covered in dried up pee. Anytime, buddy, anytime. You're always welcome to ask anything you want as well. A boa, definitely. If you go into my boa playlist, you'll find a few. Well, first of all, I think I have one like the best pet snake I just posted a little while ago. Check out that. And then go into the boa constrictor playlist, and you should be able to find one called like boa constrictor best pet. But I can even show you something. I'll show you the difference. Okay, watch this. Okay. This is a ball python, and it's smaller than it should be because it didn't start eating. I had to force feed all its meals, and now it only wants to eat like once every 3 weeks. And it's cute, it's pretty, but it's a scaredy cat. And that's why they're called ball pythons, because they curl up in a ball. And most of the time, now there are people that do develop relationships with ball pythons. There's a lady that goes by Joop Joop. If you search Joop Joop, you find her with her ball pythons, and they're amazing. But when you take a boa, you pull out like any boa, and it's just like automatically you have this animal that is just way more curious, way more like there's a little bit more going on in their head. And yes, they do get bigger than ball pythons, but it's just like, even, I don't know, I like snakes that get a little bit bigger but not too big. Boas don't get too big, and when they're adults it feels more kind of like you have a pet dog or something. With ball pythons, just personally, they're kind of like beautiful rocks for me. And with boas, you just get a bit more personality and everything, so. But you want to get a nice one. What was I doing? I was cleaning. But just go watch the boa videos. There's a few in there that you might find interesting. See, it's like if I had to choose just one animal and just keep one, it would probably be a Superdwarf. Like just one single animal. But if I had to keep one animal to breed and not breed anything else, it would be boas. Not because they're great for breeding, but just because, like, working with, they're so good to work with. They can still be a pain in the butt to get them to eat, but I just find that boas, they're calm, they're confident, and they're not as intelligent as Superdwarfs, but they're also not as like food responsive. Like all through here, I'm gonna go through all of these drawers and clean all my animals, and nothing on here will reach out and bite me. And as soon as I go to kind of where the Superdwarfs are, every time that I need to open up one of their homes, I have to grab my nub and kind of like make sure that they're okay and that they're not going to bite me. Just let them know, hey, we're going to feed you, or hey, I'm going to clean you. You're not being fed right now, because they're like little psychos. In a good way, but also not in a good way if you're a beginner. If you don't understand what's going on, it'd be very easy to get scared of them. But you just want a boa or a ball python. Are you planning to get multiple? Are you planning for this to be your only pet? What's your plan? Okay, we're switching. You have a couple Uromastics. You always wanted a snake, but never pulled the trigger. Okay, so here's the story. Uromastics are awesome. I used to have one, and I sold it because it was too much work. You have to make them their salads all the time, and they poop a lot, and it's stinky. But you know what? If you want an emerald tree, or I love green tree pythons. That's another one. I almost want to take back, if I had to work with one animal, it'd be boas. I love green tree pythons. So I have green tree pythons, and fully handleable. Fully handleable, fully chill, eat wonderfully, not aggressive at all, very friendly animals. But the big thing is that you can't buy them as adults. You have to buy them as babies, and you have to spend that time with them. And they did bite me maybe a few times when they were babies, but taking a bite from one of these when they're a baby is no worse than taking a bite from anything else, because they're so tiny. So if you spend the time and you handle them from the time they're babies, these can be just as tame as any other snake. And a nice thing with these guys is they don't get as big. So because they don't get it as big, you can give them a nice big enclosure, and you can set them up in a real beautiful display, and they really look like art. You just got to get it from the time it's a baby. Yes. Okay, now I'm cleaning these. I gotta rearrange some things. Okay, so can I do that? Okay, some rearranging. So if it's an emerald that you want, find an emerald tree boa breeder. Find an emerald tree boa breeder. Yeah, okay, it's adjusting. So find a breeder and get one from the time it's basically a baby. I think you're better off doing that. than getting something kind of instead. Okay. What am I doing now? Cleaning. Here's a nasty snake. Slowly we've been building trust, and she's not a nice friendly snake, and she's basically, you know, she's letting me hold her and stuff. She doesn't like it, and I might never be able to get her that tame, and that's just because I didn't have her from the time she was a baby. I've had her as an adult after she's passed like 5 different owners or something. She's super tense. Now she's hanging out with Steve, and this is one of my favorite snakes. This is a Texas leucistic rat snake, and when I first got him, I thought he was a girl. Well, he was sold to me as a girl, and he bit me 5 times. Like every single day, he bit me like 5 times, and he did that for like 3 months. Just bite, 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 and I've had him now. I've had him for like 9 years, and he's one of the sweetest animals you could have. Like, I can feed him by hand, and he won't bite me. And he's just a lovely animal. I like rat snakes way more than corn snakes. I just find them kind of a little beefier and prettier. But they're not as popular in the community because they are a lot more nippy from the time they're babies. But it's just like, if you put that time into any animal, you'll end up with something like this. But it takes time. So try not to think of animals as, you know, that species is this way. The other thing that you have to remember with green tree boas and green tree pythons is most of the ones that we've had in our industry have come from the wild. So when you're taking these animals from the wild, they're not going to be as tame as when they're captive bred. So lots of the animals that we're working with now have bad reputations from the past because they were from wild caught animals that had parasites, that we didn't maybe know how to take care of them properly. All sorts of reasons that they were that way. I have a green tree python that basically is from the wild, was kept in captivity for a couple of years, and the guy that had him before me never handled him, never really did anything but fed him, and basically the snake would just basically strike all the time. It wouldn't be nice, it wouldn't be handleable, and it wouldn't eat either. So to get it to eat, he would just kind of smash the snake with the food, tease it, bother it, and that would lead to the snake being more reactive and more kind of scared and everything, and more striky. So every time you try to interact with it, it's striking at you. And what I did is kind of the opposite. I did the opposite of what I'd usually do. Usually, I would never feed an animal live. But because this snake is from the wild, and it won't eat unless you, like, smack it around, I decided I don't want to smack it around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed it live. So I started feeding it live. So now I'm never harassing it with food or bothering it in any way. Now the only time that, like, it eats, it's eating live. And when we're interacting, it doesn't make that connection of me kind of pissing it off with food or anything. So I can take him out and handle him. And he's high strung, but he lets me handle him. And one time he even, like, came out to me.
Even my uncle could explain. Okay, you take your want to spread a clean insurance on your food. Let me show you how to send it easy. Failure direct. Insurance. Superfly.
Thank you. Oh no, she snuck away. You know, if you're willing to wait for a couple years, I'll have those green tree pythons. I'll show you the male because he's beautiful. It's hard to see, but he has blue and black and all that stuff. This isn't an emerald boa, this is a green tree python. I actually find the green tree pythons prettier because they can, like, turn blue and stuff. If I did get a green tree boa, I would look for a basin though. A basin green tree boa. Or bassin, I don't know. Bassin, basin, I don't know. Okay.
Beautiful.
What's going on? My wife is painting the bedroom with her mother. You can check it out. I like the way it looked kind of... Oh, she didn't pull it off. There's tape on the walls, so she made like this cool tape design.
It's not done yet.
Okay.
We're working on it. Okay. It's in a drying process. Thank you. And I look like a hot mess, and I smell like an even worse one.
You smell like a... It's okay, Mama. It's okay. Okay. I need to get something to drink. Yeah, look, we did this wall actually. We painted this whole wall. She had the idea and I made it happen. Artsy fartsy. Oh, and here, like, we cut the kitchen too. Mama is a little bit of a interior designer. Well, like, I'm actually a hairdresser, and she is a makeup artist, so we're creative. Where's the water? There it is. Where are you located? Awesome. Yay, we're close. Southwestern Ontario. Okay. Is that like Hamilton or Niagara or something? Honey and garlic. Cool. Cool. That's powerful. If I ever want to keep the wife away, I just drink that. Eat that. Oh. Nothing, dearest.
Yeah, keep the wife away and what?
She's the love of my life. Pure cranberry juice with water. I've had some kidney issues, so I've been trying to be healthier. Okay, back to work. Back to work. Okay. Back to the room of wonder. What do we got?
This one's the green.
That's a leopard boa.
shield for your personal info. Before you share sensitive information online, get protected. Reptiles.com/online security. Conditions apply.
Yeah, have a good one. Check out the boa videos. The feeding ones will help you too, so that you can kind of see the sizes and everything. And if you ever want to reach out to me on Facebook, you can. Why'd you buy 4 cans?
Well, you said that you want to paint your dog blue.
Hey, how's it going, buddy? You saw what happened yesterday? Yeah, you see there's lots of people in the reptile community that basically see you do something that they don't like and then they'll come and attack you for it. Like for instance, you had questions about your setup and everything. If you were to post that in a lot of the groups, instead of actually trying to help you, they'll tell you about everything you're doing wrong and why you're such an idiot. And I've never been that way. I've never been that way to anyone. I've always tried to help everyone that I can. But despite that, I like doing some stupid things for fun sometimes. And then people take that and they I don't know, it's like they can't stand to see anyone have a good time. And I get that it's different. But if you want to do something that no one else has ever done, if you want to do something no one else has ever done, then you can't do the same. Most of what I do is the same. I clean the same homes over and over and over again. I feed the same animals over and over and over again. And I do this over and over and over again, and usually it's the same. But once in a while, I just want to do something different. And they say that we're going to lose our animal rights because I fed a snake a rat from my mouth. And that's not going to happen. So it's just like, to me, that's invalid. And even though there is a big reptile community that I've supported them, and I've bought my animals from lots of them. But now I'm actually at a point where I'm self-sustaining. So even if none of them were to ever sell me anything, ban me from their shows or whatever, I'd still be fine. Because I go around helping people for the most part. And they go around putting people down. Woo! Like I just spent an hour and a half cleaning. And that's before I washed all the bowls, because I did that beforehand. Okay, very nice, very nice. Now I have those. Yeah. Since I have so many animals, what I try and do is I try and do kind of one area. So I'm doing this whole area. Then yesterday I did the whole baby area. Today I do this area. Tomorrow I do that area, and then the day after I do that area. So I break it up into like 1, 2, 3, like four days a week I'm cleaning. And then it starts all over again. And that's what happens when you have so many. So honestly, like, enjoy the one you have. Maybe get another 1 or 2. But it's like, I actually really enjoyed my reptiles the most. when I just had a few of them as pets. Now I have so many and I'm cleaning them all the time. So it's not as enjoyable. And you've got a first-hand look at what the community's like. No, I don't have any venomous snakes. There's a black African house snake. Pretty cool snake. This is her adult size. I wouldn't keep venomous snakes just because it's not worth it. I have a family too. They're illegal, and I have a family, so imagine it got out or some accident happened and my daughter got bit or something. I wouldn't risk that. That's the kind of risks I don't care to take. I don't really like them. I think they're really cute as babies, but when they grow up, they're kind of ugly. To me. You gotta work with the stuff that you like. And we're all so different, so it's nice because everybody likes different things. I love boas. Yep, I keep the prettiest ones for myself. Show you a cute ball python. I think this is probably my cutest ball python. Yes, Mama? What? Yeah, come. What's up?
I want you to put a light in your light.
What do you mean a light in my
I want
light?
you to put a light bulb in your light.
There is a light bulb in
No,
there.
there's not.
There's no light bulb in it?
Nope.
Okay, one sec. I have to give my wife a light bulb. Oh my goodness.
I don't know why that's funny.
Because it's just like...
Not funny. Why is the light bulb burnt?
I'm just like,
There's
where's...
not even a light bulb in here.
I'd never turn it on.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, Mama. Come. In that corner.
Where?
In that corner.
In here?
Yep, back there.
Where? In this bin?
No, there's a blue bin back there.
Where? There's a bunch of white
No,
bins.
there's a blue recycling bin in the corner. Then put everything back after.
There.
Because I don't need any lights, so I put it somewhere where I'm not going to grab it. Hey! Stop tearing my room apart. It's unique. I'm not really sure exactly the genes. I think it's a champagne.
You have all your cancer lights there.
Cancer lights. Hey, let's see. What light did you grab? That's not the right light.
Well, I don't know.
You have to grab one of those LED ones.
Well, I don't...
Be careful, be gentle with them.
What is
And then put it all back the way it was, please.
Why is it in this
Don't just take
corner?
it and leave it. That's how I feel about the way you organize stuff, too. I have my own little way
Is
of organizing
this
things.
it?
No.
Oh my
Careful
God.
with them. There's like those white... Careful with them. My goodness.
Like, you can't even get it out of here because there's... Like, this is just
It's
not
called...
organized.
Don't step on my headphones,
This
please.
is just not organized at all.
Yeah, I do. It was organized
No,
before you
it's
started
not.
tearing everything apart. Welcome to my world.
Like, what is this?
They're cracking. No. 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 Yes. 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 Yes, you did
took
it.
Avery's
Now,
baby
please,
towels?
please put those other ones back and put it away nicely.
Put that in there.
Oh my goodness.
Matthew,
You're such
this
a...
is disastrous.
It wasn't in the way
This
of
is
anything.
disastrous.
No. You know what?
Not organized
It's
at all.
beautiful.
Disaster.
Beautiful.
Waiting to happen.
Yeah, I have a pile of light bulbs like hidden in the corner. Hey! What are you doing? Fix it. Whatever fell down,
I don't
fix.
know what it is.
Ariel, that's...
I'm not, Matthew.
I
If you have a
told
better
you.
organizational...
Ariel, put it back where it was.
I did.
No, you didn't. It wasn't there.
Yes, it was.
Ariel, it wasn't.
It was in the back corner of the same area. I'm not putting it there.
How would you feel if I came and smashed your makeup all over the place? I have an order to my things. She came, she took a light bulb, and she made a big mess.
I don't know what the hell fell.
Just put it all back the way it was. That's not where it was. Oh, Calypso.
I don't know what fell behind your thing. I'm not kidding. Steve. Are you keeping these brushes and this stuff?
Oh my goodness, just...
Me? Yeah. No.
It's not people driving me nuts, it's the wife. Okay.
Ontario's COVID-19 vaccine plan is helping to stop the spread. Until we're all vaccinated, we need to stay the course. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Keep your distance. We've come so far together, and thousands of people across Ontario are getting vaccinated every day. Your turn is coming soon. Visit ontario.ca/COVID vaccine. 1-888-999-6488 for assistance in 300 languages. Paid for by the government of Ontario.
Yeah, they might be trying to get out or whatever. Yep. Everybody likes both sides of the spectrum, the light ones and the dark ones. You gotta mess around with different things. If you can get the snake, to kind of go back and forth everywhere, like if they start using their whole enclosure, you know you're good. Now there's a lady that goes by the name Jube Jube. So your last name Noob Jube? Look up Jube Jube ball python. And there's a lady, and she's amazing. Check her out. Tell her you have a ball python and any tips that she'd have for different things. Because that lady, she just loves her ball pythons. She plays with them and handles them every day. They're like members of her family. Whereas for me, like as you can see, after I spend 2 hours cleaning snakes and everything, I don't really spend as much time with them. I try to go for a walk every day, and I'll take different snakes for a walk. But that's something else people will attack me for if they can. No, Jube Jube. Same as you. You're Noob Jube. Yes, Jube Jube. Somebody called someone the R word. What is the R word? Do you know what the R word is? I don't even know what the R word is. R word. Oh man. Being different. I take my snakes for walks. People say you shouldn't do that. I've fed a snake by a drone. You see, actually, like, I thought, wouldn't it be awesome for a drone to fly and feed a snake? Wouldn't that be cool? And then I'm just like, I could probably do that. So then I did it. So I'm the first person in the world to feed a snake with a drone. And it went fine, and I did it every week. I did it over and over and over again. And they made a big fuss of how it's like a gross display of animal abuse, and my drone could hurt people and all this stuff. But the drone was like, it was like a $35 really cheap drone. I have a whole, this veterinarian, if you look in my video playlist and you find one, it'll have the word veterinarian in it. It's like, this veterinarian tried to shame me, and if you watch that video it'll actually explain everything, and it's pretty funny. I fly the drone into my face at full speed so that you can see it's harmless. People are just at home and they have nothing better to do. Oh, they are. Oh. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I guess we don't call people that anymore. You know what? It's just like, no one should be really calling anyone anything. Here's a scaleless snake. It's in shed. We should all just learn to be nice to each other. But that gets harder and harder as time goes by. We're supposed to kind of respect everyone. And it's just like... Sometimes respecting one person means disrespecting another one. So it's not possible to make everyone happy. And you can't. So you see, it's like all those keepers and people that say bad things about me. Boo-hoo. In the end, they're just getting mad, and almost every day I meet new people like you that basically end up seeing me kind of for what I am, right? So to have just a few good friends is much better than a whole pile of fake ones. How old are you? You sounded like you're young. There you go. See, honestly, I'd rather be friends with a 13-year-old kid that can understand what's going on than a pile of adults that behave more immature than I pretend to behave. Hi, Benji. I'm just about done. How's it going now? You just missed out on all the excitement. I just cleaned for 2 hours. Yeah. How many do you have? since you're here though, yeah, I have, how many do I have? You can just message me on Facebook. Find my personal account, Matthew Genzer. Don't use the Beauty Boas one, because basically when you message me on Beauty Boas, if I don't respond right away, it's like it's my business kind of whatever. If you message me on my personal one, Matthew Genzer, you find my name like in the description. You should find it hashtagged. But you message me on my Facebook, and that's the easiest way to message me. I have over 100 reptiles in here. All sorts of snakes. But I want to look at my first snake. So this is the first snake I ever bought. Over 10 years ago. Or maybe 10 years ago, I don't know. It's a spider ball python. What are the chances of that? So, back then, nobody talked about wobble or anything. No one told me this snake had a wobble. And I've had it till now. And it's a perfectly healthy, beautiful snake. And it's lived a good life. I don't think it's in pain or anything. It just wants to sit on something. But look at the condition that this animal is in. That's 10 years, and it's just fresh and healthy. It's not too fat. It's just perfect. And it's just I pride myself on keeping animals like that. Let's show you something else. Oh, I divide them into 3 weeks, and all my adults get fed actually once every 3 weeks. Now you look at this snake. This is the snake that I fed with the drone. And when you look at this snake, perfect condition also. And that's a king snake. Babies you can feed once a week, once every 2 weeks, but once they become adults, you feed them less. But you see, to me, I judge a keeper by their animals. This is the snake everyone was making a fuss about. People were saying that because I put the rat on my face, I'm teaching it that my face is a target. But if I don't have a rat in the vicinity, this snake will never bite me. And it's funny because as a baby, this snake used to bite me like crazy all the time. It is a hyper snake, but it's a very, very nice snake. My biggest snake is a Superdwarf, and it's actually like 10 feet. But it's just like, you just look at the condition of this animal. Thanks. Anyways, that's enough cleaning for today, so good to see you guys. Welcome, Benji. Were you on the channel before, or you've just found me kind of through Facebook? I feel like you've been around before. But yeah, feel free to shoot me a message on Facebook, and probably be back tomorrow. I'm really random with my online posting. I just got fresh eggs, so I gotta like put that video together and all that. But thanks for joining. Thanks for the support and being kind. Have a good one.